I stayed in the front yard all my life. I want to peek at the back, where it's rough and untended and hungry weed grows. A girl gets sick of a rose. A song in the front yard. Gwendolyn Brooks. Welcome, welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Yeah, y'all. Good evening and welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary, yeah, I said the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know how we do. We've been doing this and doing this and doing this well. Welcome to episode 53. One more left in 2024, y'all. Can you dig it? It's going down, though. As I said, we do this each and every week, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube. We truly appreciate you if you're watching. And if you are and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe we're going to show you this evening. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills, all right? So we'd like to thank the New York State Department of Cultural Affairs and the Howard Gilman Foundation for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to newyourekan.org/contribute. Every dollar counts, truly. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. That cat's dope. All the way up in the BX. Appreciate you, Ron. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Listen, make sure you plug in. Tonight's theme, Sweet Life, Confection Heaven. All right? This is all of the sweetest dreams that we've had, right? Not necessarily about truly sweets, not necessarily about confection, but you all have artistic license to do whatever with this theme, right? If your artwork is not on theme this evening, that's still totally cool. We are still looking forward to all of your genius, all right? Next week's theme, which is the last one of the year, coming at you. Whew, been a long one, but Sankofa, the saga continues. This is a proverb, if you will, that speaks to reaching back, right? As you're moving forward, don't forget to reach back. And the saga continues, right? So this is the end of the year. Let's not forget all the things. Let's not forget all of the progress that we've made. right? But also make sure that we're bringing our colleagues along with us to continue to help poetry move forward. Last theme of the year, y'all. Next year is going to be a great one. Themes are cooking. It's going to be a great one, y'all. So make sure you come through. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic stage as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful faces that you will use and exuberance when you go to deliver your artistry. Also, have your artwork ready. All right. There are sound settings in Zoom that you need to make sure are set correctly. All right. Our resident musicians are in the building, and we want to make sure we hear every single note. All right. Artists, you got 3 minutes to rock. All right. Let these folks know where they can find you. All right. And this 30-second intro. Also, change your Zoom name to coincide with how you want people to connect with you. Before or after you get down, put your information in the chat so we can continue to build and grow the greatest community in the world. Keep in mind, right, we have a full list this evening, plus some folks that are already wanting to get down on the good luck round. So keep it right, keep it tight. We have reached the time of night where the sensitive ears should already be in bed because there are explicit lyricists in this community, and they may bring about some triggering flashbacks. However, the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship. Other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. Go around and get cute and get the boot, man. For real. Thou hast been warned. What we do is a living, breathing trigger warning. All right? Thou hast been warned. This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and they share a true essence of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all of that exuberance with the audience. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. All right? Share all that love, share all of that energy, and it will be returned to you in every artist performance this evening. Trust. The guaranteed list tonight is closed, all right? Because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, all right? To sign up, you go to newyourekan.org, click on full events calendar. You click on a Thursday that you want to get down on, and you need an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the guaranteed list, and they will not pop up until 24 hours before the show. Also, if you're in the tri-state area, make sure you are plugging in with the New Eureka Bowery Slam. It goes down up in there, right? Shout out J Rose. Shout out Paul Conqueso. Storm God's in the building. That space is so heavy. Shout out Luna Rosa. It goes down. There's some serious work going on on that stage. Also, shout out Soul Preem. Make sure you are falling through the Lower East Side Center. It goes down. Soul Preem is all kinds of dope. Also at the Grand Slam, it's coming up. Make sure you get your tickets, folks. This is the slam that you want to see. Of all the other slams that you've gone to, this is the one. This is the heavyweight slugfest that we actually wanted to see. Trust, make sure you get your tickets and fall through, all right? Also, this Saturday, Know Thyself is happening. Make sure you plug in. Listen, we are going to continue to do everything we can to get all of that creativeness into something, right? Make sure we use all of it for 24 so we can get to the good stuff in 25. Tonight's list, all of these incredible artists came to get down, came to do some incredible things. So let's get to it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good, good people? So great to see all of you. I'm telling you, I wait all week for this. I get excited, folks. Trust. And tonight is going to be no different. Trust. So let's set it off. Coming up first this evening, I see this gentleman has got some timing. He's got some timing, all right? I believe this is the first time that he's leading off, but I am looking forward to it. This cat is a wordsmith in his own right. The one and only Alan Gary in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Come on, set it off.
I am glad to be here. You can always find me by posting on my open Facebook page. The comments are open for the universe, and I look forward to hearing from you. So good evening, Elemental and everyone. This is an evening of sweetness, and I'd like to contribute tonight my sounds from my book, yet unpublished. It's a book of poetry called Something Beautiful, 100 Short Universal Poems of Hope. And here they go. Enjoy. This is Something Beautiful, Breathtaking. waterfalls, newborn babies' calls, trees that tickle the sky, holding hands with your 1 in 4 billion, whom your heart cannot deny, waking with splendiferous sunshine, spotlight in your eyes, traveling roads which lead to everywhere, magnificent journey there. Simple words spoken sweetly serve to alter loneliness completely, not the size, shape, or form, always the intent of our making, something beautiful, breathtaking. This is something beautiful. Merci beaucoup. Universal, connection incontrovertible. Near or far, the heart is a lonely hunter. Light of the stars leads the way. Characters in search of perfect other. Kismet, no surrogate will do. Love by any other name. Something beautiful. Merci beaucoup. Something beautiful. Serendipity. Catch a falling star, catch it if you can. Put it in a jar, in time you may understand. Keep it close to your heart and dream of wonderland. Though time will flow, you may remark the gifts you have been bestowed, or what you expect may not be next in the context of what you have guessed. But there are many prizes and everyday surprises in many packages, great and small. In the soul of your quiddity, look with your heart, and you could find something beautiful, serendipity. Something beautiful unleashed. Hidden more deeply than a molecule within a speck, unseen, unneeded, unloved, not acknowledged, no urgency to check, existing from creation, yet undefinable and unknown, unfathomable, but somehow bestowed, singular and universally unique, one will touch another, and something beautiful unleashed. Something beautiful happens. By opening your heart and chancing unknown, you experience a world outside your zone. What you may learn are answers to questions, some unasked, while others are in tension, like coloring a book or playing a game or feeling the drops of water from rain. Each sensation felt during life becomes part of the equation. Your world becomes greater than ever imagined, and something beautiful happens. And this one I will conclude as a dedication to my mom. Something beautiful, Mom. From my darkness, you gave me light. Far from fear, you held me near. I hearken to sweet sounds from you, majestically expressed, my queen for life, who used her love to comfort and protect. You have shown when travails faced, you never would neglect. When wounds received, your love was balm. Thank you. You are something beautiful, Mom. Thank you, everyone.
You know, the mom's poems, they always get you, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Allen Gary.
Sweetness.
Yeah, you said it. Sweetness, Alan.
Great mom. The great mom ending was wonderful. Loved it.
Yeah,
This
is everything. Yeah.
Experience a zone outside your own. Like that advice.
Right. Like, first of all, Mr. Gary, congratulations on your manuscript being complete, right? The hard part's over, right? Seriously, the hard part's over. Publishing, you'll find a way, right? Publishing will find its way to you even, but the hard part's over. I love the title, right? The Universal Poems. And if you have just a collection of these, sir, they're going to be reading these around dinner tables for a long time. Like, they are, the way that you have them written, they are, like you said, simple words spoken sweetly, right? You start talking about trees that tickle the sky. I mean, these are things that, like you said, universally people can understand and see. That's just amazing. Then you write about moms, like, yo, shout out moms. For real, man. For real. There's something about that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Incredible, sir. Listen, this is how we do. This is how we do. Starship is underway, folks. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, this chat continues to come through been here, keeps doing it, keeps getting better. I'm telling you, I always look forward to hearing this cat. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, Poetastic. Come on, man, take it away.
Thank you, my bro, like no other words like thunder. And hello, my name is Ed Potato from the Fantastic. Please, time you can join my rhyme for Sublime. I got one poem, so I'll take too much time. This poem is called "You Gotta Love Candy Bars" by Paula Glean. I love candy bars. I'll eat Snickers, Kit Kats, and Mars bars. I have no particular preference as long as it is a candy bar. Chocolate tastes lush on the tongue. You feel so innocent and young. Chocolate and candy for both sexes, but pure chocolate is particularly pleasing on the tongue. And no matter the fad diet, every and any candy bar save those cravings, satisfying a hunger pain. Opening a box of chocolates is heaven, whether white milk or dark. Any feeling is lush. Sneakily plucking out those mini chocolates that taste so delicious on the tongue. Before you know it, all the chocolates are gone. And the worst thing is, you are on your own. Those candy bars are temptation. Even when you're broke, you always have the money for a candy bar. You stand in the queue, knowing everyone's in line, can see what you about to buy, and you try to hide those candy bars, but looking down, it is obvious, and you just lie, saying they're for your younger sister. Someone has to be the scapegoat. You got to given boxes of chocolate at Christmas, and you enjoy Mars bars, Snickers, Kit Kats, Auroras, and Galaxy. The list goes on. Chocolate is so addictive. You crave that candy bar like a junkie that craves a shot. The only thing is you're going to gain weight, not misery, for chocolate is a must. Thank you.
Yo, listen, candy boy, that just gets you every time. Unmute yourself, give it up for Poetastic.
Great performance, Eddie. I got that line. All of a sudden, they're gone. It's the kind of chocolate loneliness that everybody experiences.
And Eddie spoke the truth. Like chocolate is so addictive. Like I could exactly Eddie what you said. Like I can be broke and I still will find a way to buy the chocolate, you know. And it doesn't matter where I hide it, it will be found. And even though you didn't use rhymes today, but to play a trick on the theme today and the online open mic would be nothing without Eddie's sweet rhymes. So that's my
Let's go.
Hey, Ron, that was good, Ron.
Thank you.
Nice collab.
Your rhyme is right on time. Thank you for being sublime.
Let's go.
Yeah, you know what they say about imitation, Eddie. You're getting flattered.
Listen, see what happens, y'all? I told y'all it's the greatest community in the world. You see what happens, right? We do shit on the fly, right? Freestyle, for real. Like, this is how it's done, folks. Like, man, this is what I love about our community because we come through and we do exactly that, right? You take the theme and you put it in a blender and it comes out candy bar, right? And he's right. I mean, chocolate is its own addiction, sir. He said opening a box of chocolate is heaven. Well, to some people, it is indeed that. Appreciate you, Eddie, for all that you do, continuing to come through. Appreciate you, man. Coming up next, one of our resident musicians in the building. This backdrop is just the bomb, man. When we first came on, it was light out. Now the sun is going down. It's just incredible. All the way out on the West Coast, the one and only Bill Elkins in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Bill. Always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
How are you, Elemental? Nice to see you all again today. I just came back from a trip to Chicago to see my granddaughter and my daughter, and 5 degrees is what it was when I got there from O'Hare. Anyway, I'm going to do a song that I wrote entitled "The Streets of Chicago," and I hope you like it. You and I we are lovers. You and I, best friend. We tread water in a stormy psychosexual sea. We hurt each other deeply, our egos running rampant again. We desperately seek a refuge in deception, but strip each other naked with candor once again. Wistful memories of sweet affection, enshrouded by tears. We heal each other through our tender touch and embrace. Resplendent one, you illuminate me. Yes, you light up my life, but we still seek refuge in deception and strip each other naked with candor once again. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Walking hand in hand along the magnificent mile, exchanging endearing glances as we stroll around the water tower. We laugh at our distorted reflection at Millennium Park and kiss while pedal boating at the Lincoln Park Lagoon. We fell in love on the streets of Chicago on a warm summer Lake Michigan night. We fell in love on the streets of Chicago on a bright summer Lincoln Park day. We fell in love on the streets of Chicago, cruising along the Gold Coast on a sunny Midwestern day. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. You and I, we are lovers. You and I, best friend. We flounder in our stormy psychosexual sea. Does familiarity invite deception? It is said it breeds contempt. Our relationship ebbs and flows like the waves of Lake Michigan. It's the natural order of things in this life. Must the laws of love follow those of nature? This is how we are together. Sometimes love and trust just aren't enough. Are we like Orpheus and Eurydice, mythic lovers who meet a tragic end? We endeavor to carry on and love with passion, but the ebb tides of familiarity and contempt just get in the way. Thank you, everybody.
Yo, it's the Sirens for me. Such a great song, but the Sirens just set it off for me, y'all. They just do every time. Unmute yourself, give it up for Bill Elkins.
Oh, really sweet, Bill.
Yeah.
I like
Bill,
how
that
the-
reminded me of an old band called Sugarloaf from back in the day. You know, they did Green Eyed Lady, but it had the same sort of feel to it to me.
Yeah, good song. That's a good song too. Yeah.
Nice work tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really delightful, Bill. You were some of those passages you were using your voice much deeper, much more open voice from deeper down in your diaphragm. That tells me a lot about what you feel about that song. And I really liked your little the guitar finale too was really sweet. Thanks for that. As somebody who spent 7 years living in Chicago, a lot of those lines were really ringing in my brain.
Well, I think I was really energized because I just got back from Chicago and I love that city. Almost as much as here, but not quite.
Uh, and to be floundering in a psychosexual, whatever it was, you said, not exactly an undesirable predicament.
Yeah, psychosexual C. SEA.
I could hear a band behind you, especially in that middle section, you know, just rocking that.
Oh, yeah? Okay, well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Thank
Very
you.
much so.
I love to hear
It's just
that.
one of those songs. Even the Sirens had to come out and say, "Well, this is incredible." Listen. There was a spot that I started out with. Shout out Glassless Minds. It was right by the beach, and the show didn't really start until the Sirens came down the street. Like it happened every single time we were in the venue, every single time. So listen, it's just part of it, right? And it just sings to me even more. So your words and the way that you deliver your words, sir, are amazing, right? The people, the council people in Chicago need to hear that song, right? It just has so much energy for what you said, right? Our egos running rampant every day, right? Strip each other naked with candor, right? We fell in love on the streets of Chicago, right? The laws of love follow the laws of nature. Come on, man. Like this is what artists do, right? And I appreciate you so very much, Bill, for always sharing it with us. Thank you. Incredible song. Thank you. All right. Coming up next. Listen. This incredible priestess comes through and does some amazing things. I don't see now. I'm getting the message that the God may have some issues. However, we are gonna get to it. So let me know. Like we can move. All right, listen, I will bring you up. The one and only Oshun Yo Yin is in the building. Please, priestess, you let me know how you want to proceed.
Well, give us a couple of minutes. The link that he got isn't letting him in.
We'll work that out. I will send the dopest tech in the Zoomverse RMT over to help you. We will definitely get back to you. Please stay with us.
We will. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. All right. So we will get to the priestess and the god in a little bit. However, we are going to get to all the way across the pond, the most eloquent writer I know, who is, I'm sure, going to do some amazing things with his artwork as he always does. The one and only Lantern Carrier is here. Let these folks know where they can find you, Lantern. It is always great to see you, brother. Please take it away.
My friend, happy Christmas, a most prosperous New Year to all at the famous New Yorican Cafe and beyond. I'll put my details in the chat afterwards. Sweetness is like love with innumerable strands to its essence. Sweetness is like love with innumerable strands to its essence. It caresses my heart with beauty and is not afraid to smudge my cheeks and lips with the naivete of a child's chocolate happiness. Sweetness is my confection heaven. Its crummy fudge, delicious pudding desserts, and childlike treats are always finger lip licking delicious, tantalizing my salivary taste buds, tugging at the glimmer on my cheeks. Sweetness allows me to soar on the wings of heaven, steeped in humility and childlike guile, nurtured in celestial wine and the sugarcane juice of paradise. She carries me like a beacon of light to my supernal beauty. Glowing in the eyes of guileless babes, sweetness hides in my mother's sacrificial concerns, dances at Christmas in my flares and firecrackers. She sends me gifts and a man dressed in red, riding a reindeer and sleigh. Sweetness adorns me with flowers, hides in tiny fairies atop the crest of my Christmas tree, gives an aroma to carols and presents, permeates my dinner with the joy of sweets and treats. There are candies for everyone, and the ice cream sings of the richness of snow-white vanilla melting on my tongue. Sweetness speaks of my dream princess, sophisticated, demure and regal. Her smile, kissing sunlit tomorrows, her gaze oozing charisma, with lips that flash moonbeams on the very depths of my soul. Nectar of all nectars, empress of all empresses, you chant ballads of a higher light unspoken. I live a charmed life with sweetness. My funfetti cookies mixed with chocolate white, covered with vanilla buttercream and cakes of a sublime taste. My drinks are assorted punches, combining the flavorings of a culinary genius. Behold, it is Christmas. The inner light of Jesu Christo beckons. Sri Krishna is calling me. The Buddha and Magi entreats. Come, come, let us celebrate the inner light of Mary's child. O love, you veil your peerless form in the wine ecstasy of the mundane. Reveal yourself in the hearts of those whose longing is unquenchable, as nothing else will do. Only you, my beloved, only you. You are the mother of all delights. I feel your sweetness, priceless and unutterable, in a profound and lofty way, ethereal, lifting me to the Christ within. I gaze inwards, swoon in rhapsody, dance with a cherubic joy unspoken, dining in another illustrious pathway of my confection heaven. Until Carrier, thank you.
I told y'all, like, if there was ever a chocolate factory, he would be the curator. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Beautiful. I love your concatenation of words.
Come on, Lantern. There should have been a
Between that, you just did, Lantern, and the candy bar one, I'm just sitting here wishing I had a 2 or 3 right in front of me.
True.
Yeah, Lantern, there should have been a trigger warning with that. That just shows you give this guy a prompt of sweetness, and I just about passed out from the sugar rush on that.
A diabetes warning comes with that poem. A diabetes warning.
That was hilarious, Jedi Master. He said it should have came with a trigger warning. I love that. I love that. For real, I mean, I'm gonna say something pretty cliche, but it was like smooth as a chocolatier with his bowl of heaven. Like, and it's just you're just playing with it in front of us, just like, oh, you see how smooth that is? You like that, huh? Watch that. You like that, huh? Like, oh, love. Like that to me, that's what that is. Oh, love. Let me like, sweetness is like love, right? It speaks to my dream princess. Kissing sunlit tomorrows, nectar of all nectars. What? In the wine ecstasy of the mundane. Only you, my beloved, the mother of all delights. Man, man, listen. There was a point. I'm just like, wait, are we still talking about candy? Like I think the rapper might have came off of about, but amazing, sir. I appreciate all that you do, staying up wicked late with us to do what you do and to do it as well as you do it. Thank you, sir. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right. So we're gonna give the priestess one more. One more. We're gonna move on. One more. All right. Coming up next, this incredible artist came through, decided they were just gonna post up, right? And continues to come through and bring that work. So let's see what they got for us this evening. The one and only Minnie Mars is in the building. Let these folks know, Minnie, if you are in the building, listen. If you're here, let us know. Fantastic. Please.
Sorry, I'm multitasking and I know, sorry.
What we do. It's just what we do, right?
Okay.
Listen, great to see you as always. Let these folks know how they can find you. Please take it away.
Okay, I can't show my face tonight because I'm in a space where there's not a lot of things get in the way. I'm in the dark. But I wanted to share a poem. Start off first with sharing a poem called Sister Love. Since the theme is about sweetness. I love when our thighs subtly touch each other and we don't say a word. The touch speaks spark and safety. I love when your hands touch my scalp, each cornrow plaited with love. When we kiss, it takes away all forms of romance and I feel seen. We desire to protect each other. I love when you cry in front of me. I like when our hands are entwined walking through this busy land. I like to feel you by my side. When we cook for each other, we taste each other's desire. I taste that you want freedom and you taste my confidence. So that one is called Sister Love. And the second one is a little off theme, but it's just what I wrote recently. And this one is untitled. I smile at my anger, greet it as it comes in, hold it and nurture it as if it were a sin. I want it to be. I want the self-righteous to think low of me because that's where it's willing to go. My anger so crafty is willing to go low. My anger gets shit done. It loves, it protects. I trust my anger, which is why I don't suppress. I caress and let it leave. It usually arises from love. It saddles itself upon my heart. It rests in a clear mind. Mine, my anger is mine. It does not belong on a Western altar. I will not hide it between sheets. I will give it what it needs. Let these words flow from this sheet. Speak my truth and let it breathe. Dance it forward and let it be. Bridge it, let it course its way through my veins. Let it wake me up again. It's cautious of a man. It trusts behavior. The feeling birth from sadness, birth from grief. A feeling so holy, so right. Thank you.
Oh, that's how you just come through. Don't even need her on the screen, right? Because you just burnt it down anyway. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Minnie Mars.
Whoa, thank you so much. That last poem just knocked me out. Every line of that was so intense.
Thank you.
My anger gets shit done. Yes.
Come on, right? Like, listen, I love when you come through and you do things like that, right? There are times that literary tricks are a great thing. And then there are times you just got to get in there and get it done, right? In the first piece, I just love how you describe love, right? The touch speaks love and safety, right? The kiss takes away all forms of romance. When we cook, we taste each other's desires. Listen, don't sell that. I'm just saying, some people say, "Oh, that's so good, you can put it in the bottle." No, don't sell that. Right? You have so many people at your house. And the second piece, listen, that to me, that sounds like if the Hulk was ever clear-minded, he would write that poem. That poem. I smile at my anger, right? If my anger gets shit done, my anger is mine. I want the self-righteous to think low of me. That's just dirty. Good stuff. Thank you so much, Minnie, for doing what you do and sharing it with us. We truly, truly appreciate you. I'm still waiting to hear back from the super tech to let me know everything is good with the God and the priestess. When they're ready to rock, we will definitely make sure they rock. However, let's keep it going. Coming up next, this artist right here comes through with the kind of work that I believe all of us should hear. When you come off with a fearless spirit and your pen just moves away it's supposed to, you end up with artists like this. The one and only incredible Bonnie Soloway is here. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, Elemental. I so appreciate your words every single week. And I'm on almost all social media under B Soloway. Although on Reddit, I'm on Fearless Femme, which, should go with what my introduction said. I wrote this somewhat recently. I've been dealing with a really good friend that's had some issues, and so I wrote this during one of the sunsets that I attended. This is called Sunset of the Aggrieved. I asked the setting sun a favor. Could he bring a better day? His allure so mesmerizing. Could that be parlayed into more peace, more love and acceptance, into a day to find the strength to keep on moving forward in a world of growing angst? I said I wouldn't normally impose on you. My bestie was my lifeline before a traumatic brain injury caused a severe decline of mind. A virus had invaded, yet kept its name discreet, so that doctors weren't sure how to treat it till the damage grew too deep. It insidiously erased her memory, then came back and stole her sight. A brilliant, funny, lifelong friend diminished overnight. Oh, she's still around, but will never be the same. Life turns on a dime, playing a most sadistic game. Son, do you have a heavenly bestie, one to love till time may end? Is it nearby neighbor Mercury, upon whom you depend? Or maybe it's big man Jupiter with his rather impressive girth. For a multitude of reasons, I'm pretty sure it isn't Earth. Oh wait, it must be Venus with her dazzling reflective light, or former planet Pluto with his diminutive status plight. Whichever one may get your nod, I hope you understand, and perhaps even forgive me for my personal harangue. If you can keep enraptured audiences following your every move as your red-orange ball of fire hands off the night sky to the moon, you surely have the power, before the next sunrise, to offer some advice to one of your huge admirers. Oh crap, I see my selfish ramblings have made me miss your final bow. No worries, I'll be right back here tomorrow, so you can tell me how to cope without the person who knew my idiosyncratic ways, who saw them as my gifts to help enlighten life's disarrays. Help me please to cope with the chaos on its way. Help me please to internalize the magic you display. Regardless of the world's hardships, of wars, disease, and death, through days of storms and darkened clouds, you always rise and set. How to cope with an aggrieved nation, how to put our minds at ease, how to see within your sunsets the hope that all those thieves of our happiness and solace, of our freedoms and our glees, will finally launch their starship rockets gassed up with flatulence and greed for a one-way trip to Mars as we wave one last Godspeed. Thank you.
Goodness. Goodness, this is what she does. I told y'all. Unmute yourself, give it up for Bonnie Soloway.
Yeah.
Bonnie, I really love how you bring it. Like, you're so steady. You just bring what you bring, and it's like there's this cadence and this depth and this intelligence, and it's like a stabilizing force for me. And I really respect what you do and what you bring every week.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
I mean
it really
that.
does. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you.
I love listening to you read.
Thanks. Thank you, everyone.
That was great.
Our freedoms and our glees.
Mm-hmm.
We need more people to talk about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe someday.
Well, there's a darkness to what you do, but there's a hopefulness too. you know?
Yeah, I try to
It's
do
measured.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's what we have to do right now.
absolutely. Yep.
I think
Definitely.
we're all serving up maybe some grief sandwiches right now, and it just depends on what we squeeze in between. And I really can't thank you enough for that, for really taking us into the celestial space and plane, right? Because we never really go into that route, right? But I just appreciate the fact that you gave everyone an astrology lesson real quick, right? To remind you, oh yeah, Pluto was a planet, but it's not really anymore. And you know, all of them in relation to the sun. Right? This is what I love. This is what I love about our community, y'all. For real. She said, "Do you have a heavenly bestie?" Right? Like, there's something about when you write the way that you do, the way that you write it and who you're writing it for, it comes off very, very heartfelt, right? It doesn't sound like you're just writing on a piece of paper to a piece of paper, right? When you write like that and when you deliver it like that, the person that you're writing it about hears it. So I appreciate you for doing what you do. And like the Jedi Master said, make sure you continue to come through and do it. Thank you for what you do. All right. So look, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go to my man Ike, and then we're going to go to the God and the Priestess, and then we'll go to halftime. All right. So one more before we get, yeah. Trust me. All right. So coming up next, this incredible artist, I like to call the Vincent Price of poetry, continues to come through with work like Mirror Mirror and Scapulti, and you better believe this cat is working on something new. The one and only Ike Waltz is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Ike. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Based on a true story, The Price of a Bite. I saw a little black girl stealing an apple from a grocer's display, deliciously arranged, a feast for the eye. I saw a little black girl stealing an apple from a grocer's display, deliciously arranged, a steal for a child's hungry eyes. I saw a little black girl stealing an apple from a grocer's display. She took a desperate bite, and in no time the city's police surrounded her side. I saw a little black girl stealing an apple which the law confiscated. Evidence, hunger, handcuffed. The terrified child did not cry. She did not belong to anyone. I just saw a little black girl, so hungry, stealing an apple. She took a desperate bite, now handcuffed, at best, hungry, hunger on her mind. Under arrest, to be punished, demoralized, unable to run away. The apple lost its value. The police executed. It's the law. The child still hungry. The angry grocer threw the apple blemished with a desperate bite into a garbage can. A church-going white grocery man? I saw his gilded cross on a golden chain. Afraid, threatened, she might steal again. I saw a little black girl being hungry in America. Once I was hungry, malnutrition and TB, searching the ruins of a devastated Germany. A war child, fingers pointed at me. I was to beg and steal, and should I get caught, I was told to say, I am hungry, and take the Mundraub plea, take the mouse robbery survival plea. I might get away, so they did say. American parcels full of care saved me, saved a foreign white boy, the kid's son of a defeated enemy. Thank you, America the beautiful. These days I cannot forget I saw little girls. I remember young boys, half-frozen people, children, prisoner of wars, with no noses, no ears, no fingers, no toes. I saw hunger in staring eyes, a dead nation, no moral to be found on that blood-soaked earthen ground. So I found you, America. I came to you, America. Like you, I'm now too, America. Now my nightmare is America. What happened to your care, America? It was once me who stole a bun, like you, little black girl, from a display deliciously arranged, a feast for a hungry eye. Did I run? Yes, I was lucky and got away. But you, little black girl, you are handcuffed, hungry, and that in America today. Your apple was thrown away, unsellable, into America's obese garbage can. Now we feed the swamp of riches. America, what is the price of a bite? Imagine we would care and feed that little black girl. America, the bountiful. But for now, we must relearn to earn to become this America we can call the beautiful. Thank you.
And then that happens. Oh, you just so give it up for Ike. Whoa.
I love it. What is the price of a bite? I love it.
Right.
That was amazing, Ike.
Yeah, thanks for putting that up front because, you know, you expose things America doesn't want people to know, like the fact there's 15 million children in this country who don't know if they will eat today. And you bring such a wide and encompassing perspective to this to tie that to your own childhood experiences, which everybody should be exposed to the knowledge of what so many people had to go through the way you did.
It is an incredible way that you did that. I'm sorry, priestess. Listen, it's an incredible way that you tell stories. I've said plenty of times, right? The storytellers are in the building. But the way that you were able to just take that story, because I wasn't sure where you were going with it, and then you turned it into a war child. And I see the exact parallel of those two. That was amazing, sir. He said, just tell them you're hungry, right? But what's the price of a bite? Right? A little black girl stealing an apple. Right? At best, hunger on her mind. Right? Like you in the ruins of a devastated Germany, right? A war child. So I found you, America. Now my nightmare is America. Damn it. And the apple goes into America's obese garbage can. Relearn to earn to become this America. Beautiful. Damn. Appreciate what you do, Ike, and your dedication to doing it the way that you do it. It's amazing, sir. Thank you. Thank you. For real. All right, folks. We got there. So, what we're about to experience, folks, lots of things. Definitely not tap dancing. So, coming up is, of course, the priestess, Oshun Yoyen, and all of her divine energy, as well as the god Baba and Goma in the building. I think we've only experienced this maybe once, right? But this is about to be something else, y'all. Prepare yourself. Gosh, I get excited. Please, great to see you. Take it away.
All right. Well, before we start, let me give one little explanation because this piece has some real background. April 1st, 2012, Baba Don, who's the drummer for the Last Poets, invited us to his gig that he had at Showman's Club on 125th Street. Abi Abdul and his lady were there, and Nicole and I were there. And we were sitting in Showman's, and Abi Abdul, he said, it's wonderful to be around all adults because many of us are always around a lot of young people. And I was just sitting in Showman's, and all of a sudden, this poem came to me. And I asked the bartender, the woman behind the bar, the bartender, I said, can I have a pen and can I have some napkins? I scribbled this poem down at Showman's on 3 napkins. Then I came home and then put it on my computer. So that's the story behind this piece. Go ahead and go.
So, not playing them. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Hello?
We can hear you okay, yes.
Hello? Can you all hear me?
We can hear you.
Thank you.
A room in Heaven's mansion of jazz. Showman's was full of spirits. They didn't haunt it, they jammed in it. Their pictures over the bar, rum, gin, and other heated libations mixed up to quench their souls. Lionel, Sarah, Eckstein. Showman's are second cousins twice removed from the Apollo. Their spirit-shadowed hands played bass. Mallets on steel pans, drums, carved the staccato out to the congas. No, these dancers in halls, they inhabited, they lived, they celebrated for each riff, in each note. These singing, creating musical masters, our ancestors in craft, Ella, Pearl, Betty, and no unfinished business. It was a good situation, and a brief, our pledge to the eternal allegiance to genius, shared in the magic of music, to the dance between notes, harmonies, major, minor, and everything in between, on top, in the bottom, and 40 children of ancient African sounds reborn. Twin, triplets, Taino, Kahinde, and Ito Wu, whisper secrets, accessing the magic of the music that sings in, down, and through countless souls. Reborn in the coffin, and reborn coupled in the real of now. New marriage to this generation, singing new songs with ancestral voices. Stop by and hear and reveal harmony. Improvisation on the listing of wind born from an instant of inspiration. Just one word in heaven's mansion of music. Showman's is a sacred space. In respect, don't forget to touch the ground and then your forehead when you enter through 125th Street. Pour a drop of liquor in libation, a permanent thanksgiving for all that you drifted and left behind, that the faithful continue to give in return. Remember, they are not ghosts. As long as their music is played, they are alive.
Scream, dip, 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 dip. Scream, dip, dip. Scream, dip, scream, dip, scream, dip, scream, dip, dang, dang, dang. drip, drip, yeah. Skibbity, skibbity, da 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 da. New Gut Bucket Blues. I sing Gut Bucket Blues. Naked and raw as a bulldog's bite. Jack Daniels straight broken heartbeat. Lucky strike dangling from these lips. Dominoes keep my company. Playing for spare change on the sidewalk, my occupation since the factory closed 6 years ago. This depression rents space in the rooms of my cerebrum. And eviction is meaningless to ghost. Demons breakdance in my psyche. The constant cry of crackheads trying to cash WIC checks with a backbeat. Empty pockets beg for spare change. Bailout bankers beg for dollars. Lecherous pickpockets of the poor. The ravens nevermore sits like a vulture on the carcass of the phoenix. Gold, coal is unaffordable. Me and Slaughter don't write happy shit, 'cause we ain't happy shit. Chattel slavery is still alive. The crap game of life is on and everyone's in debt to the house. Crapped out trying to get a handout for chips. But what's a chip without a fish when nobody's giving out poles? So I sing New Gut Bucket Blues. Naked and raw as a bulldog's bite. Jack Daniels straight broken heartbeat. Trip tap da 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 da. Scada da da da. Scaba da da. Queep queep it. Badum de.
My goodness. You just gotta give everybody a second to catch your breath on what just happened, folks. Like whew, unmute yourself. Give it up for the God and Goma and the priestess Oshun. Yo, yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Great collab.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Listen, folks. Couple of other community members are having some issues hearing the priestess over the music, right? So if you would like to, priestess, later in the show, we would definitely invite you back if you so choose. To rip again if you like. Personally, I just think it was the way it was supposed to be. That's just how things were. Listen up to quench the soul. Like that's what she said. Like listen up to talking about dances between the notes and the harmony, right? Ancient African sound reborn. Like there's something about that. Sing these songs in ancestral voices, right? Like, come on. If you aren't familiar with pouring libations, make sure you do some research on that. It is very spiritual. Listen, and then Bible with the gut bucket. Like, listen, he said manslaughter don't write happy shit because we ain't happy shit. Crapped out trying to get a handout for chips. Listen. Oh, I'm not gonna give it all up, right? Like y'all go back and watch that. Go back and watch the God and the priestess do what they do. That was amazing. Thank you so very much for bringing it. Even with the technical issues that we had trying to get you in the room, we are thankful that you got it. And that was a once in a lifetime thing. Thank you so much, both of you, for doing what you do. Golly. All right. I'm going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now. Damn it, you should be. All the way up in the BX. What's good, Ron? How you doing, man?
All right, doing okay. Zooming in from the Bronx. And yes, well, what a powerful collab. And I know we've we've seen that before. Technology is sometimes, it cannot keep up with powerful voices, and then we saw that today, that Zoom is trying its best, to focus on the music and then to focus on the words, but hey, which is good. That means humans are still in charge here. Technology cannot beat us yet. And yes, Priestess, if you wouldn't mind later in the show delivering your poem solo without the music, so we can all fully, engulf ourselves, we would welcome you to perform it again. But I'm glad to have seen this collaboration. Great online open mic. I am Ron Mark Thompson. I am a member of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe's program and operations team and the tech assistant here for our online open mics. It is the holidays. Happy holidays to everyone. Winter is starting soon as well. Our building on East 3rd Street is still closed for construction, but as you know, we will be continuing our online and in-person offsite events throughout New York City in the meantime. So this Saturday, the 21st, actually is the winter solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere. So if you need a little bit guidance, meditation, and you want to write poetry and learn, we invite you to come to our Know Thyself online workshop taught by Charlie Vasquez. That one occurs every first and third Saturday of the month, 12 noon Eastern time. You can get tickets online on our calendar, and then we will send you the Zoom link for that. Or if you happen to be in New York City in person this weekend, our executive director will be representing the New Eurekan Poets Cafe at the Winter Solstice celebration at Luther Gulick Park, which is in the Soho/Lower East Side neighborhood near Delancey Street, a few blocks south of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. This is an outdoor event, Saturday, 1 p.m., and our executive director, La Brua, will be there with poetry, performance, and music. So check us out if you can make it. That one is free. Now, even though as we are closing the calendar year 2024, we have a few more events we like to present to you. We will be hosting one more New Eurekan Bowery Slam this coming Monday on the 23rd. J-Rose just hosted her last one of this year this past Monday, and this coming Monday on the 23rd, Luna Rosa will be hosting, and this will be the last one of this year. There will be no slam taking place on the following Monday, which is December 30th, but we will be back with J-Rose right thereafter on January 6th. So there will be just a 1 week break. Luna Rosa, by the way, will be our DJ at the Grand Slam. Before I get there, on Thursday next week, the day after Christmas Day, we will be hosting our online open mic, of course, with Elemen2al. So come on through if you can make it. We want to hear from you. And then on Friday, 1 week from tomorrow, on December 27th, our last event of this calendar year in person. We will not live stream this. So if you are in New York City, if you're visiting, come on through, go to neweurekan.org/Grand Slam to get your tickets. All the winners from our final Friday slams from the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater will be there competing against each other to find out who will be our Grand Slam champion. And we will, of course, have music as well by DJ Luna. There will be... It's just be amazing. I don't even know, what to say anymore, because it is our greatest program of this year, the Grand Slam at the Apollo Stages at the Victoria Procope Theater in Harlem. It's our first time we will be having a program there at the cafe and in Harlem. So come on through if you can make it. If the tickets are out of your budget, there is another way to maybe win a ticket if you enter our raffle, which closes tomorrow evening, 1 minute before midnight, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. Every $5 you donate on our donation site, newyork.org/contribute, will be entered as one ticket into the raffle, as long as you enter Giving Tuesday into the donation notes. Giving Tuesday was 2 weeks ago, where all nonprofit organizations asked for donations. We did it as well. So if you enter that, you will be entered in the raffle. But, only the 2 tickets we're going to give away. So only 2 raffle entries will be lucky. Again, you can just go to newyork.org/Grand Slam to get your ticket. So we will be there at the Apollo Stages at the Victoria Theater in Harlem next week on December 27. We hope to see you there. And then that will be the last event of this year. But it'll just be a few days. We will be returning in January with more programs. We will be going back to the Loisaida Center every second and fourth Wednesday of every month. So Preem hosts his open mic there, 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. And Women Orator Wednesday is our women-led and women-featured open mic every first Wednesday of the month at the Loisaida Center. However, because the first Wednesday of next month, New Year's Day, falls on a Wednesday, and it is New Year's Day, January 1st, and the Loisaida Center is closed, we decided to move the Women Orator Wednesday virtually in Zoom on the 1st of January, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be free. So go to our calendar, get your ticket. There is no artist RSVP sign up. Just get your Zoom ticket. And then when you join us in the Zoom session, sign up with the host, Felicia Kate, in the Zoom chat, and we will hear from you. And yes, it is for women, and women will get preference on that evening, but all men are invited as well, but they will have to wait until we heard from all the women first before the men are performing. So I hope you can make it if you need some resting after New Year's Eve and you happen to be home, being able to get to Zoom on New Year's Day in the evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We hope to see you there. Also, it's only 2 weeks away from now, Saturday, January 4th, we will be celebrating Three Kings Day in Lower Manhattan, Battery Park City on 6 River Terrace. It will be an indoor event. It's like a half a block from where the Poets House is, if you're familiar with Battery Park City. And this is in collaboration with the Battery Park City Authority. Again, it is free. There will be music, guest poets. We will also try to do an open mic. So if you can make it for that event, come and see us. You don't even need to RSVP. Just come on down Saturday, January 4th, 3 p.m. So, again, if you want to help us with keeping many of our programs free, not all of our programs are free, but like the online open mic, obviously, we want to continue that, offering it for free to you. Go to newyork.org/contribute. You can make a tax deductible donation of any amount. And if you want to see more of our upcoming programs, we're going to have another teenage open mic next month, a slam workshop with Tony McPherson online. We were going to return to the International Center of Photography to present an open mic there. Just go to our online calendar, newyork.org/calendar, and you'll be able to see all events. And for those you can already either buy or order tickets, you may do so. So again, there's lots going on. Stay with us. If you're not on our mailing list, go to our link tree. I will put that in the chat. However, now let us continue to our next performer of this amazing night. And I'm looking at the list on, oh my God, we're going to go all the way to Seattle in Washington State. Joski, I've visited your town, your city, probably a decade ago. My sister did in mentorship there, and I really enjoy this city. I hope I'm correct that you are in Seattle. Is that correct,
Yes.
Josie?
Yes, that's right, Ron.
Wonderful. Well, the next time I will go there, if my sister goes back there again and I will go there, I will make sure to visit you and Deneen. We miss you. We love that you're here every day. I wish your wife could come back and perform for us. It's always been a pleasure. But we got you, so that's important. I can hear you. Go ahead. The next 3 minutes are all yours.
Is that coming through, Ron?
It's coming through loud and clear. I believe that's how Elemen2al says it. Okay.
Thank you so much, brother. Okay. So this is, I guess it would be so sweet if this could come true. Is there a God dancing on the mountain tops? Is there a God dancing on the mountain tops? I feel the earth is shaking, foundations breaking, seismic revelation. Oh my God. Is there a God who weeps into the ocean? Is there a God who weeps into the ocean? Cries so much, the sea's so high, all these tears have alibis or reasons. Water into wine, loaves for all the hungry people. I know you know how to turn bombs into flowers, turn bombs into flowers, into flowers. Flowers grow on lava flows in geologic rhyme, but buildings crash like avalanche, and we ain't got no time. Is there a God dancing on the mountain tops? Is there a God dancing on the mountain tops? I feel the earth is shaking, all these lives forsaken. On my knees I'm praying. Water into wine, loaves for all the hungry people. I know you know how to turn bombs into flowers, turn bombs into flowers, turn these bombs into flowers, into flowers.
I'm telling you, that dude just has something sonically that just puts our week back in the, I'm telling you. Unmute yourself, give it up for Joski. See?
Joski, man, that was fabulous. Fabulous. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Joski, I can really feel some how so much of that is really so deeply rooted in, 50 years ago, where that sound is coming from, and just how eternal what you're saying really, really is.
And this line, turn bombs into flowers, does humanity actually realize all these trillions of money spent on bombs, if they would instead be spent on flowers, on food for the hungry, on education, wouldn't that be a great world? So I'm so glad we were able to hear your tunes here, and yeah, thank you, Chorsky. It's amazing.
Yeah, Joski. Like your work, we're gonna have to collaborate. That's gonna come soon.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, dude. Hold up. We can't break the internet yet. Wait. wait. Listen, the universe start hearing that. They're like, when? Let's do it. Let's do it now. Let's go. Listen. Yeah, that's this. I told you I get excited. That shit go happen. Listen, I'm there. I want a front row seat for that. Joski, that line so heavy, so very heavy. Plus the melody that you play, right, is so uniquely yours. The way that you play your instrument and the way that both of your instruments, your guitar and your voice, kind of weave together, it's pretty amazing, sir. That turn bombs into flowers. Gosh. Listen, just as a side note, it reminded me of a poem by shout out my man Rudy Francisco, and it's talking about the same thing, right? It's called Rifle. And he said somewhere there's a tambourine, a drum set, a guitar, all made out of things that were used to take people's lives, but now they create a sound that puts life back into people's bodies. Right? And it reminds me of that. How you just turn bombs into flowers. Like, listen, that could be the name of your album, sir. Like, mixtape, like whatever, right? Because that's exactly what you do, sir. And you do it pretty amazingly. Thank you for always sharing it with us, truly. Shout out to Neen. Haven't seen her in a while. Appreciate y'all, for real. Listen, make sure y'all show your love to RMT, right? That cat, he is so integral to what we do, right? Listen, I say mission control, that cat really is. Thank you so much for what you're doing, Ron. For real, man. All the way up in the BX. Appreciate you, man. I did want to shout out Antonio Martinez and Jenny for being in the building. I appreciate y'all. Your energy is definitely felt. We are truly appreciative for you to be in the building. All right, let's keep it going. Coming up next, listen. Our Marshall Mathers is in the building. I continue to say this cat, the way that he rips, the way that he writes, man, I'm telling you, man, this cat is just so serious with it. I love hearing this cat. The one and only Zach Frater is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, Zach. Come on, man. Take it away.
Think I can. Little Train said, I could. Burnt out. Words mean nothing when said. Ulterior motive. Find me broke down. Face tucked in. Nose behind. Crevice elbow. Sprawled on floor. Dirty dishes in an already dirty kitchen. Remember, one time, slide wearing socks on a linoleum floor. Maybe 3 or 4. Split forehead clean open. Call it my lightning scar. One of my earliest memories. Blood splatter on a kitchen floor. Mom's face screaming for dad. Years later, drunk, 1 a.m. Homeless man, 40-ounce bot, drop, asphalt, glass, shatter. Police siren. Guy told me scar on forehead meant I lost my third eye. Spiritual perception, maybe it's gone, probably shadow stole it. And maybe doubt myself. Taken to hospital, stitches. I don't remember how many. Doctor sat down, rolling chair, asked my dad what happened. Like, was this boy supervised? Didn't know, suture closed, lost third eye. Maybe it was shadow birth, start of something, innocence gone, little boy taken, something missing, heart of Tafiti, need silly companion, guide me, tell me where my third eye went. Except that life isn't Disney. No cute animal sidekick, Jiminy Cricket, star to wish on, magic pumpkin, fairy godmother, angel and devil on shoulder, impulse control, addiction, finding out for yourself that fairy tale endings don't exist. Well, I was walking home, night out. Didn't need to be meaningful, but I couldn't help but think it was all me. Feelings, recognized, it was something as if meant to be. Hear car in distance, remember that minivan, bought when I was a kid. Used to carry coffins, funeral house, broke back seats, sliding in. Dad, I think it was $1,200. Dead bodies carried inside, never thought about all the bad vibes. Remodeled houses, old drywall carried inside. Full of life, replaced radiator right there, carport. You said it was okay, got mad. Coolant spilled all over the place. I'm sorry. Mistyped words, poetry. I would like to be whole. Remember only good things. All those times had to get drunk, telling people, family, friends, leave me alone. I didn't know. I was weird. I was sober, or so it appeared. Remember the pills, might be prescribed, but altered state of mind. I was trying. Hope you know. Those polo shirts and shoes never fit right. I didn't mean to trick you. I was me. I was full Zach all the time. Bare feet, running late. Sprinkler and bike rides. Awake, 5 a.m. Truly was trying. Now I can't be anything else. Rolled up jeans and flip-flops. I'm just myself. I'm just myself. Is it so bad? Can't sit at a computer, even though I love creating. It was LSD down at the river. Balance on logs, balance life. Bank job or hobo, trick people, living as a stereotype. Good guy, probably better than most. See pain, don't know how to help. Why should I care? All those dress shirts and ties, I never felt right. Couldn't feel right. Right. Maybe not the right turn. Devastated. Never mind. Didn't graduate high school. No one asked. Before computers. Didn't ask. High school diploma. Thought I was okay. College graduation. Flask and empty classroom. At least my dad was proud.
I told y'all, that dude just does it and then drops the mic on him. Unmute yourself, give it up for Zach Frater.
Yeah, that mic drop was perfect. Now, it finally got to me. You are so consistent. When I hear your poetry, I get this sensation of velocity from the way you present, and you're consistent with this all the time. Like Bonnie is very consistent with every time I hear hers present, it's like this voice that's so grounded, both feet on the ground. Well, you're so consistent with this velocity. And it reminds me when I first started running readings, the poetry that really got to me was the poetry that was really full of urgency. And that's totally in your work. I feel like I'm out on the freeway in a pickup truck with a V8 burning high test cut with borax. That's what you give to me. Thank you.
Yeah, I would think similarly, it's like a stream of consciousness that starts with maybe one event and it just blossoms out into every possible feeling that you have. I think that's an amazing part of your work.
Lost your third eye theme. That was incredible.
Yeah. That third eye part was like, yo, the Disney creature and all that, like no sidekick, like yo. They're absolutely right, Zach. What I like to say is when your flow is locked in, you can pretty much read the damn phone book and it'll come out just like that, right? And that's exactly what you have. What I dig about what you do, Zach, is you actually describe each footstep in your work, right? Like Bonnie said, right? You have this one thing that may have sparked it, and then you give us every single step that you took to get to the end of your poem. And I appreciate that, right? You're not leaving breadcrumbs, you're leaving footprints for people to follow. And that's a very big difference. And then the way you deliver your work, man, for real. You said lost third eye, right? Guide me, tell me where my third eye went, right? Jiminy Cricket, man. What? Of all the things, bro, I didn't think that we would have a Jiminy Cricket sighting. Used to carry coffins in a minivan. Yo, you got mad stories, son. For real. You said I was me, full Zach, all the time. I was weird, sober, or so it appeared. Right? Damn. And then LSD down by the river, like, yo. Like it's a trip. Every single time that you rip, it's a trip. Appreciate you, Zach, for doing what you do, man. For real. Stay on that. Keep your foot on the gas. For real. All right. Coming up next. Not sure if this cat has, I think you've been around before, but I'm not sure if you actually ever ripped in the building. But listen, we are here for it. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Let these folks know where they can find you. Ladies and gentlemen, Prolific Prophet in the building. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Prolific Pro Poet, formerly of New York. Used to live in Brooklyn and also in the Boogie Down Bronx. Much respect to the New Eurekan, and I've had a chance to perform there in person back before the construction a couple years ago. Jay Rose was hosting, and Ron MT, he was there that particular night taking scores during the slam. So it's definitely good to be in the presence of you guys here. So this particular piece that I'm about to spit is kind of a love poem. And it's kind of based on the theme of what we're talking about. You are sweet as caramel. 2 stops from Jupiter, across the street from heaven, I met you. And I get you didn't want just anybody to get you, but I want to get you to understand. that I'm going to make it my life's work to try to be your man. You make Jennifer Lopez and Scarlett Johansson look average. Baby, my love for you is full blown. You're my costilla, my rib. For me, loving you is genetic. You're in my blood. You're in my DNA. And there's no MD, PhD, or CNA that can convince me any differently. Because you and me got more chemistry than college lab class. And the feelings we have for one another are going to last longer than a wedding album. And people are going to say regarding us that he can't live without her and she can't live without him. An album will be written, inspired by the care we share for one another, because we're closer than any sister and brother or son and mother or any other love this earth has ever seen. And though I'm not a king, I'm going to treat you like royalty and loyally give you all that I am, because I trust you. And I wish I could fall in love with you again 1 billion times. And at the same time, write you 1 billion rhymes that expresses the depth of my love for you. But it's impossible to use language, whether verbal or written, to tell how I'm smitten by you. And then too, I'm willing to travel this earth 1,000 times. I'm willing to fight with 1,000 lions. Yes, this is the truth, no lying. And from the depths of my soul, I'm trying to show you that I need us, bleed us, girl. I eat, live, and breathe us. And I always will. You're sweeter than caramel. But yet again, my friend, you ask, how intense is my love for you? Well, lady, the fire and love that burns inside of me for you burns with the intensity and heat of over 10,000 suns. Hold up. The fire and love that burns inside of me for you burns with the combined heat of over 10,000 suns. In my eyes, you are the one of ones, worth more than every other woman and everything in this world times 10. I'm going to love you until the day that all time ends and ends again. And I'm always going to be happy as long as I have you in my life as friend. In my life, you are the beginning and the end. Yes, you're truly my friend of friends. So, baby, thanks for loving me. Yes, pretty girl, keep loving me, because if you do, our love is sure to go right down in history. And it's no mystery that I want you more than my next heartbeat. Because as long as I knew that I truly had you, baby girl, I could accept death. That's how intense my love is. That's that piece.
Yo, you can't come through with all that love dripping all over transistors and shit. Mute yourself. Give it up for Prolific Pro Poet.
Yeah, glad you found your way to the online cafe, Prolific. That was a really, I just was taken by your delivery, that level of passion and what you put up through the airwaves. And that's something you can't act, and there's no way to act that here because there's not a stage, there's just a screen.
There was a place where your pitch kept going up, like with every line, like stairs. It was just so cool.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Listen, when folks know what they're doing, right? You get an entire experience on stage, right? Listen, sir, you can't come through with that. All right? Because you start changing the way people got to talk to their significant other and shit. You know what I mean? Like you can't just say shit like that, man. For real, you can't say that we got more chemistry than college lab class. And then somebody partner looking like, you don't love me like that. How come you don't never say nothing like that? Right? This is also what we're supposed to do, though. Right? You said, because I trust you, right? And the way that you put the emphasis in some of those things, man, listen, it's work, right? I want to fall in love with you 1 billion times, write you 1 billion rhymes. Yo, y'all own that this evening, for real. Y'all are just doing it, right? Over 10,000 suns, the one of ones. The beginning and the end. I want you more than my next heartbeat. Bro, you can't say shit like that. Just so you can't say shit like that. Because now you got love poets going back to their pen like, come on. Appreciate you, man, for real. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Don't be a stranger. Put your information into the chat, man, so we can make sure that you know Wednesday that you need to sign up and hang out with us on Thursday. Appreciate you, man. All right. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, another BK representative. Shout out Brooklyn in the building. This incredible artist, again, storytellers in the building. Here comes another one. The one and only Mark Kenzie is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
You can find me here. You can hear me, right? The sweet life, confection heaven. My dream is to go on a road trip or a voyage across the world to build a photography portfolio and to write about anything that may inspire me. Now here's the poem. On the train to CUNY John Jay, off of Columbus Circle. At a glance, a Caucasian woman clutches her purse. Oh, wow. I've just been racially profiled. Shaking my head, I look away. Even at my small stature and shy demeanor, I'm deemed Black and dangerous. My ancestors, Wall Street stock on auction blocks, now gunned down and jailed for offenses. Their counterparts get a slap on the wrist. Crack to cocaine, there is no reciprocation. Previous to, at a dollar store, open your bag, an East Indian man follows close behind. I comply as if to be stopped and frisked. A large plastic Walgreens bag, 18-roll toilet paper pack, and 4 nightgowns from Denise on separate receipts. Would that be all? He takes my notebooks and folders to be rung up at the register. Debit card in hand, I paid for everything. Show me your class notes and those from days before. My constitutional law professor with thinning gray overlay smirks and draws closer to the back row. I'm convinced he's of Asian or Caucasian descent. I flip the pages as instructed. You sneak in, he maintains, and have others sign in your absence. My colleagues, mainly Black and brown students, laugh and look on. Interrogation, at least 5 minutes long. You should have addressed me in private. I maintained my innocence. I sign in print on occasion. I am that same person. I know not one soul in this room. I messaged president, provost, and was directed to chairperson of political science. He's a good professor with a great sense of humor, I rationalized with my white counterpart. In his 25-plus year career, he asserts, I've known of no such complaints or incidences. His action is not worthy of termination, I rationalize, but he is in the wrong and should not do this to anyone. An apology on Blackboard and during a class session was all I received. What would I do without you, Markencia? My literary nonfiction professor says playfully as I press our department floor on the elevator. My former constitutional law professor stands quiet, inches away, a little nervous. At last, I felt redeemed. My English professor, mixed with Hispanic, featured me in the school podcast. Life is complicated. Racism, discrimination, and prejudice does exist. But I refuse to be reduced to a color, a race, a statistic. Their raised suspicion has no merit. Subjectivity has no factual basis. I am not a thief by rhetoric, reasoning, or programming. They are the very monstrosity they see in me. Thank you.
Shit, listen, you start talking that shit, you get excited, baby. Unmute yourself, give it up for Markencia.
Well, that was a fucking great lesson to teach. Yeah, you're dangerous, Markencia, but not in that way. You just keep your spirit and your speaking and your intellect going, and people are going to have to reckon with who you really are.
Listen, representing Brooklyn in the best of ways. Man, listen. Listen, listen, a lot of us, right? We've never really seen each other in person, right? So we don't know stature physical, but Markencia just said in her small stature, she's deemed Black and dangerous. Reminds me of what Amiri Baraka said in one of his poems. He said, "Oh, wow. Oh, wow, wow. Oh, wow, wow. Must be the devil. Must be the devil. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Must be the devil." That's just amazing, right? My ancestors, Wall Street stock on auction blocks, right? I refuse to be reduced to a race or color. I am not a thief, right? That stop and frisk is real though. And I like the Jedi Master said, continue to do what you do and say what you say, and it doesn't matter if you're 4 foot nothing, 100 and nothing. Your words are giants. We appreciate you for sharing it with us. Again, Brooklyn in the building. Coming up next, listen, this Low East Sider right here, with the highest metachlorian count that I know, all the way from a Nuyorican symphony to the Aloud Nuyorican Poets Cafe anthology. This incredible gentleman will destroy all of the things that you thought you knew about poetry and replace them with some pretty phenomenal artistry. The one and only Paul Skip is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, Jedi Master. Please take it away.
Thanks for that warm welcome. These days when I clock into the email you send out and I look at this list of names of people who are going to be here, I'm just going like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So it's more than a pleasure to be here. I wanted to do just 2 little intro things. I wanted to invoke the name of the Magus Gustav Salas. There was just the 1-year anniversary of Chaos Magic on Monday. A few of you were there. And that's what the Magus got going with Elemental's blessing when the Monday night version of this consolidated into tonight. And it was a wonderful evening, feeling Gustav totally there. The other thing, I've probably done this before in a few places the past few weeks. I just want to acknowledge Nikki Giovanni's passing a number of days ago. And I just want to speak a quote by her in an interview where she was talking back to James Baldwin. She said, "I have a lot of truth to give." I don't have a poem on theme, so I'm just going to do this thing. Has this title, An Old Joke That Lost. And sorry, I'm already fucking it up. An old joke that got lost in its punchline. This, that, and the other, wanting to overcome being nondescript and feeling very miscellaneous, walk into an off-track betting office. Or was it a pie in the sky factory? Or were the 3 afterthoughts faith, hope, and love? Faith, hope, and love, feeling full of curative equilibrium and confident they deserve gratification, walk into a bondage club. Or was it a dead end for virtue where false confidence trips on piety? Or was the devotional triangle of passions verisimilitude, mimesis, and reflection? Verisimilitude, mimesis, and reflection wanting gravity of authenticity and struggling against their immateriality walk into a carnival funhouse hall of mirrors? Or was it an internet self-esteem echo chamber? Or were the surrogates of reality chastity, devotion, and respect? Chastity, devotion, and respect having virtues surrounded by adversity while dissociated from the value of going egoless? Walk into a singles bar. Or was it a debutante ball for forbidden fruit where personality is deflowered by its own innocence? Or were the vulnerable acolytes of self-restraint, deprivation, anger, and a grudge? Deprivation, anger, and a grudge attired in scorn that are clothes made by public opinion for abject, irrelevant lives condemned to illegality walk into central booking for their mugshots. Or was it the zoo of sociopathic capitalism syndrome where what money does to freedom is put everyone on display as a pawn in the game of life's validity? Or were the stepping stones to revoked personal autonomy, self-indulgence, hedonism, and laziness? Self-indulgence, hedonism, and laziness, knowing what is best for themselves, will be found by putting productivity on idle. Saunter onto the shady porch of spiritual fortitude. Or was it an utopic asylum from wage slavery for the completely sane? Or were the self-preservative habits venality, conceit, and pride? Venality, conceit, and pride, intoxicated by their own reflections while confusing their opinions of themselves with the truth, walk into an audition for 15 seconds of fame. Or was it the office of freeze-dried self-esteem? Or were the foibles of indulgence, virtue, saintliness, and spirituality? Virtue, saintliness, and spirituality, seeking nothing but to be inhabited by illumination, give up competing for everything earthly except physical rapture and walk into a weekly appointment with inspiration where revelation falls from providence. Or was it a megachurch dispensing sparklers of subordination for obedient supplicants? Or were the transcendence pilgrims hunger, destitution, and want? Hunger, destitution, and want, lurching on the sidewalk of neglect, past respectability in its consumer culture prophylactic, walk into Saks Fifth Avenue? Or was it a vomitorium for bank accounts? Or were the structural defects of capitalist profit, lofty literary achievement, craft, and a language cop? Lofty literary achievement, craft, and a language cop arguing about the proper syntax for righteous self-importance walk into an anarchist cultural center? Or Was it a limousine to pretentiousness in which nobody really cares they are rolling around in the back on a puce shag carpet stained with cultural irrelevance? Or were the exclusive cultivated privileges nudity, nakedness, and titillation? Nudity, nakedness, and titillation, reveling in the fact everyone cannot resist them, and flaunting self-awareness as invulnerability, walk out into Times Square. Or was it a bourgeois living room where moral rectitude slobbers up a cup of instant ramen while ejaculating spontaneously at the sight of their fantasy presented in the privacy of their own hypocrisy? You see, ideals, foibles, paradigms, and perceptions puzzle parts make more myth than what understanding knows about how to be convinced. I am a black hole in what you know. Space where the absolute is reduced from the reality that was dominating you before you walked in here with your hearing. What you feel right now is just the edge. Just the edge, baby. What you're feeling right now, it's just the edge around the opening on the infinity of possibility where I memorialize you as liberated to be your most.
I told y'all, man, this dude, he is just all kinds of incredible, man. Unmute yourself, give it up for Paul Skill.
Jane Paul,
Incredible, Paul.
you went all the way there, Brother Bing.
Man.
Wow.
Magnum. Woof. Wow.
Infinity of possibility? Stop it. You need to stop.
Right. On the edge of infinity of possibility. Like that dude just like he just stepped into multiple dimensions, right? With the same footstep. Like I don't know. I listen. I don't know. Like I can see why you were fucking it up in the beginning, right? It's an old joke that got lost in his punchline. Like shit. Whew. The dead end where false confidence slips on piety. What? First they walked into a singles bar, then they walked into jail. Like this dude, like where personality is deflowered by its own innocence. Come on. Come on. A pawn in the game of life's validity, freeze-dried self-esteem, mega church distributing sparklers. Come on, man. Oh my goodness. The edge around the opening, infinite possibility. Like, I love the fact that you go all the way in. You don't hesitate. You go all the way in. Like, I mean, beyond what people think is all the way in, like, no, you go all the way. You don't just bring your body in, you bring your psyche in, you bring your aura in and your spirit. And to me, that's how you really get the work done in your artistry, is you give it all that you can. And that's exactly what we got. Thank you, Jedi Master. Whew. All right, coming up next, we heard the most eloquent writer in the world. Now we're going to hear another eloquent writer. This incredible artist, and he actually has an opportunity for y'all. This incredible artist continues to come through. Author of The Impromptu of Love of Music is about to do what only he can. Again, shout out to storytellers in the building. Here comes another one. The one and only Ray Whitaker is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you very much. It's really great to be here. each and every time that I have been able to be here, it's been really, really great. And that's something I can't say about every place I go. 3 years ago, I was on a ventilator and fighting for my life, and I got off the ventilator and I prayed to God that if I was going to live through that experience, I was going to do something creative every day in the world. Since then, I've written 505 poems. I've published 2 books and a chapbook, and most recently I thought of another way I could reach people with poetry, and I took a gig with Mastagoras Canada as a co-editor. And I'm going to put something in the chat after I read this poem about hoping that you all will submit your work so I can get it published. It's just another way to be creative and make life work how I see it. And I'll tell you one more thing I see. Paul, I don't know how anybody follows you, man. I mean, you're just a hard act to follow. I can't. It's amazing to me the stuff you do, and here I am following you. I'm going to take it in a different direction, dude. I'm going to take it in a different direction. So this piece that I'm going to read tonight is called Rudolph's Stall, and it's kind of different. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek and a little, maybe, you'll see. Rudolph's Stall. The homely elf Nimmy was really, really on it, really feeling left out, as while he worked in this big old barn, most of the other elves were taking their Mayday break from the toy assembly line and were into their time warp trips to San Francisco, Tampa Bay, and Costa Rica in rented, specially equipped red and white Volvos. With all those finely tanned honeys on the beaches were there, and here he was in the cold Arctic, pushing his way around large, smelly piles of reindeer poo. Damn reindeer. They can fly, but they're no better than other deer. They don't care where they dump. There's little pellets all over this place. He looked way down the long reindeer dorm, multiplied the floor space by 2, and whipped out his pocket calculator and figured out how much floor space he had to go over. Damn reindeer. Now, Nimmy worked in the purchasing and procurement division. That's how he had a pocket calculator. And he was very good with numbers. He cursed again. Damn reindeer. He was not only out of his division working, he was the only one of a skeleton crew left after the whooping, slightly drunken exodus of the vacationing elves. Nimmy felt so bad. However, he knew he had to put in order his time credit deficit with the Cosmo Bank. He wished he'd never seen a Cosmo Visa card with which to charge DVDs and morally questionable movies along with all the eats and the cases of Santa's Line Blue Ale and that it takes for lots of bachelor elf bashes. He's run a card way over the limit. It was now time to pay the piper that allowed him to play that oh so expensive tune. He thought he'd been pretty slick with the Elven banker. You know, he arranged a cushy spot watching the climate monitors where he could sneak a happy pipe from time to time and put his feet up. And then there was the call from the Cosmo Bank Time Credit Collections telling him that the exec's decision was to allow the Big Apple's computer to run the climate converter without Elven supervision. And here he was shuffling piles of smelly oval-shaped pellets without even the dense head elves that normally work there in the reindeer dorms to talk to. You see, there's no monetary pieces, no coins of the realm with which to pay the Elven bankers, only time credits to be worked off in real time. Missing his vacation and working would clear the debt. He was well into the 6th hour of the first day and was wanting a bottle of Santa's Line Blue so bad. The Pad Exchange has its own share of staffing problems with it. Its own skeleton crew was only open 3 to 11. Damn reindeer. So, it's easy to see how Elven good times can be. Simply hell to pay back, and to make elves wish only to be in the sack. Even elves sometimes wish to pull pillows over their heads instead. Handling it all cheerfully, their overindulgence that easily leaves them crying, "Damn reindeer." Thank you.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if you want to call that a Christmas poem, but that's the type of shit I can live with. Unmute yourself, give it up for Ray Whitaker.
That was wild.
Come on,
Bravo,
Ray, you had
Ray.
me chuckling through that whole poem, and the way you delivered it was so great. It was just like you're telling a story to somebody sitting next to you. It's like very conversational. It was just wonderful. Your satire has more reality than the truth.
Sorry, that's a hell of a quote. My bad. I laughed out loud.
Yeah. That satire usually does, or it should.
You've been keeping your promise, Ray. You've been keeping your promise, brother.
Every day, man.
Ray.
Every day, brother.
Great job.
Every day. I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I don't feel like it, but then I go have a coffee and I'm ready. You know. Thank you.
The poem
Thank you
must
all
go
very
on.
much.
Like we are thankful, first of all, that you survived that ordeal, that we are here to witness 505, I think you said. Listen, that takes some creative focus and genius to write about some damn reindeer. I'm just saying, right? The damn elves, the climate converter. Listen, like, how you do that, sir? Two things. One, you need to send that to Santa and the North Pole. And two, you need to contact SNL because they need some writers that get down like you do, sir. For real. Appreciate you for what you do. Listen, folks, as he said, he does have that opportunity, right? He is now one of the editors of this space, right? Make sure you take advantage of it, folks, right? This is why I consider it the greatest community in the world, right? He could have kept that to himself and then hopefully people come through, but nah, he made sure that the community was involved. So make sure you submit your work to get yourself published, man. For real. Appreciate you, Ray, for all that you do. Make sure you connect with Ray Whitaker. Appreciate you. All right, 4 more left on the guaranteed list, and then we'll go to the good luck round. Coming up next, this incredible pushcart nominee, author of Black Calculus, author of Four Crescents, author of Evaporating Rage. This dude's all kind of incredible. Has been rocking with us for years. Playwright, just one of one. The one and only Norm Mathematics is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Math. It is always great to see you, Maestro. Please take it away.
Wow, it's been a long time since I've been this far down the list, but I get a chance to listen to all of this wonderfulness. God dang. Okay, so here we go. This is my piece right here. I got two. I think they're both on theme. We're talking about some kind of sweet. All right. First piece. Fear doesn't live here anymore, though it has left its imprint. Raised in the trauma of white supremacy, my skin worn like a Halloween costume, a never-ending season of trick or treat. I open the door, a smile devolves, a grimace, into a toothy sneer you can't read through the masks I wear. My life, a sweet morsel treat, fills in the cavities worn away by gnashing teeth, ground down by deterministic terror. I dread becoming indifferent to the persistent need to show up, defending my right to life in a society dominated by a white supremacy mindset, one whose systemic threats would disappear me like an exhalation, fade to black. I am not a byproduct of breathing. I am oxygen. Next piece. the gift of your smile. An impulse inspires opening, like the instinct inside the bud, knows when it's time to swell, past the sepals, show its petals, one layer at a time, peeling back, making space for inside to become outside. A blossom, visible to the eye, invisible in the dark, fragrant to the nose, a composition of beauty, feathery and fragile to the touch, invites the touch to complete the invitation to engage all the senses. The taste, like honey, at the back of a tongue, where the olfactory chamber spills the scent over taste buds, the subtle yet indescribable flavor, past sweet, past sour, past bitter essences, the musk of something else. A vibration that hums deep past the sounds that emanate from vocal cords, the melody of a sigh, must be the voice of an open flower, the bloom that is my heart. Peace.
The melody of an open flower? Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Don't mute yourself. Give it up for Mathematic.
Beautiful.
That last line was the bomb.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, Norm, that felt like you were in just the perfect place on the list. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Norm.
Ya tú sabes, el gusto es mío.
No, what you do.
Aja, compa.
Look, you see what happens? You see what happens? You see what happens? When the folks who really do it come through and do what they really do, as I've said plenty of times before, some people do this, right? But we do this. And math is another representation of how we do this, right? Fear doesn't live here anymore. Oh, like that could easily be the tagline of our online space, math. Fear doesn't live here anymore, right? Raised in the trauma of white supremacy. A never-ending season of Halloween. I am not a byproduct of breathing. I am oxygen. Damn it, sir. That line's gonna just stick with me for a while, sir. Like it was just cool and clear, like coming straight into your system, man. Thank you, Matt, for doing what you do, and for continuing to share it with the world. As I mentioned, he is a pushcart nominee. Make sure you plug in with Math. He is an incredible, incredible poet. Appreciate you. All right. The homie came in. We'll definitely get to you. We'll definitely get to you. Swag-tastical. We'll definitely get to you. Coming up next, back by popular demand, the audience requested, and we will do our best to make sure it happens. Listen, so we are going to get a chance to hear again the priestess Oshun Yoyen in the building. Please, it's always great to see you, to feel your divine energy. Please, take it away.
Okay, I'm sorry y'all couldn't hear me before. So, actually the name of the poem is Spirit Jazz. A room in heaven's mansion of jazz, Showman's was full of spirits.
1 second, Ocean. 1 second. Could you ask Ngoma to please turn his speakers down so we don't hear the echo, and then start from the beginning again? I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
I'm sorry. Give me just a minute. I apologize. And I'm gonna hurry and start over. Okay. At that age, gotta have my glasses. A room in heaven's mansion of jazz, Showman's was full of spirits. They didn't haunt it. They jammed in it. Their pictures over the bar, rum, gin, and other ethered libations misted up to quench their souls. Lionel, Sarah, Eckstein, Showman's Harlem's second cousin, twice removed from the Apollo. Their spirits' shadowed hands played bass, tapped mallets on steel pan, beat drums, called Africa's staccato out through the congas. No, these jazz spirits didn't haunt, they inhabited, they lived, they celebrated through each riff, in each note. These singing, creating musical masters, our ancestors in craft. Ella, Pearl, Betty had no unfinished business. It was a continuation, an agreement, a pledge in the eternal allegiance to genius shared in the magic of music, to the dance between the notes, harmonies, major, minor, and everything in between. On top, in the bottom beat, half and quarter note children of ancient African sounds reborn, twin, triplet, Taiwo, Kahinde, and Idowu whisper secrets, pass on the magic in the music that sings in, down, and through countless souls. New marriages in this generation sing new songs with ancestral voices. Stop by and hear Prodigy reincarnated. Improvisation on less than a whim, born in an instant of inspiration. Just one room in heaven's mansion of music. Showman's is sacred space. In respect, don't forget to touch the ground and then your forehead when you enter here on 125th Street. Pour a drop of liquor in libation, a prayer of thanksgiving for the gift they left behind, that the faithful continue to give in return. Remember, they are not ghosts. As long as the music is played, they are alive.
My goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Oshun. Yo, yeah.
That was so wonderful.
That was well worth the wait. I'm glad you had a chance to
Beautiful.
clear the audio up, and it was wonderful. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. Great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the culture I'm talking about. You know what's so intense about that for me when I think about, you told us how you produced the poem, that Showman's literally produced the poem with you because you wrote it on the napkins of the place that inspired you.
That was kind of crazy. I asked, and she asked what I was doing, and Abi Luna, the last poets, was there, and he looked at his lady who was sitting next to him, and he said, and she looked at me, she said, I understand, I'm with him. And he looked at me, he said, it bees that way sometimes. Sometimes you just got to get it down. And it's like something was talking to me, and I scribbled it down.
Listen, that is so beautiful. Listen, this is what I love about artists because even if the priestess didn't have the napkins, she probably would have wrote it on her hand, right? Or would have wrote it on her arm, right? This is the beauty of artists, right? When the spirit moves you, right? Like he said, it just be like that sometimes. It just does, right? And you got to go with it. You got to go with it. Thank you, really, for for the curtain call. Really, we appreciate that because we needed to hear all the aspects of it. Not that what the God was doing took away from it, all right? Because the two of you working together, that was absolutely spiritual. But the way that you brought it to us here, it definitely cleared up some of the things that you mentioned, right? Ancient African sound reborn, a pledge in the eternal spirit of music, pass on the magic in the music, sing new songs in ancestral voices, improvisation, less than a whim, right? One room in heaven's mansion of music. Shout out 125th in Harlem. Listen. There's just something spiritual about that, right? And if you go back and listen to the ancestors of music, he even said it, drop me off in Harlem. Yeah, good old Harlem, right? Like it's something about it. It's something about it. Make sure you go. Thank you so much, Priestess, for doing what you do, hanging out with us this evening, delivering amazing work. Peace to the gods and the earth for all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Appreciate you. All right. Whew, needed that. Coming up next, we got a cat that's one of our newest members of our community has clearly come through and say, yo, I need some more of that. Back in the building. Walker Valdez is here. Back in the whip, too. Listen, it's something about poems delivered in the car, man. Something about it. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. Great to see you again. Please, take it away.
As always, it's a pleasure to be here, and definitely in the car. So yeah, I have two poems for y'all. One longer one, one shorter one. Yeah, let's get started. And it's been great being here and hearing all this poetry. It's great, amazing experience. All right. Somebody mentioned last week, they said they had like a signature poem. So if I had a signature poem, I think this would probably be it. All right. This is called What's in a Name. My name is Walker Frides Valdez. When I was 8, I absolutely hated the name Walker. I didn't feel like a Walker. I thought, why can't I be Juan? But then I'd be Juan Valdez, the coffee guy from the commercials I watched as a kid. I wondered if that meant I'd have to start wearing a sombrero and a handlebar mustache while riding a caballo every day to school. When I was 14 in the mirror, I practiced what it would be like to be somebody else. I'm so pissed today, man, I'd say, while staring back at myself. Oh, while my sister in the room next door wondered who I was talking to. Back then, I just wanted to be named Michael, but then I'd probably just go by Big Mike. But that was when you could only call me Wally, which isn't that much better than Walker. My dad said he named me after a German doctor. I actually think he wanted to name me after himself, Walter, and somehow misspelled it in a rush. Sometimes I get the urge to find my roots, learn about my name, but instead I imagine a definition for my name that far surpasses anything it could actually be. Walker, stemming from the root name Iwakani, which in an ancient Incan dialect means to conquer, which comes from a long line of warriors who reside in the deepest mountains of South America. In Spanish, it means El Chingon, and he who is related to Tupac Amaru and Tupac Shakur. Eventually, I reclaimed my name, no longer stifled about perceptions about what my name should be, because sometimes it's so much easier to just be. Walker's and writer, author, able to shape words like clay using metaphors and similes that grab and don't let go. Walker's and father forging to raise children who go after their dreams. Walker's and obsessed with feeling the need to be seen. Walker's a musician musing about how to best maintain his love for music and art while pretending to be mundane. Walker's and constantly feeling over his head while pretending to be in control. Walker's and wishing he didn't always have to be in control. Walker's and Mr. Walker, Mr. Wally, or Mr. V. Walker's and teacher willing to do anything to help kids feel successful in school. Walker's an old guy who still thinks he's cool. Walker is in scrambling to make sense of this world, one day at a time, and will always be a poet regardless of his name. And I got one short one right after that. All right. This one's called Brevity, and you're right. I once thought a lengthy poem proved sophistication. Any shorter and you must be a novice. That was before I read poems that unfolded like maps, that tell stories through words that sprinkle the page like powdered sugar on empanadas. Sometimes less is more, and imagery can breathe in the tiniest of crawl spaces of your mind. Thank you very much for your time.
I mean, I was kind of caught, tasting the powdered sugar on the empanadas. I just got lost for a second. Unmute yourself, give it up for Walker Valdez.
Bravo, Walker. Love that signature piece. That name piece rocks.
Thank you very much.
That was awesome. Great to hear you. And all those feelings about a name are so real. It really, the Juan Valdez got me, but it was really, really good.
It was thrilling. It was thrilling to hear you talk about the etymology of the name Walker. When you find out what you found out about. That was awesome. Beautiful.
Yeah, that piece was extremely clever. It was very clever, and I think that a lot of us can relate to that piece because not everyone likes their name. Many of us have been teased for our names and so forth. So I think that piece was very much something that everyone can relate to.
Yeah, Walker, sense of self. Why can't people just allow us to be the people who we are? They have all these other identities for us. Your poem spoke to that so brilliantly. And I really enjoyed all the different ways you used your voice in that poem too. That was really wonderful.
Thank you very much.
And
Yeah,
Walker's an awesome name. Walker is an awesome name.
Yes.
It is super cool.
listen, it did. Listen, what I love about what you did right there is you even brought up Pops. Shout out Pops, right? You said, I don't know if he was trying to name me after him and they just kind of just took too fast, or right? He said, sometimes I wish my name was just Mike and then it would be Big Mike. Like the way that you were using your voice in that one. Then you dropped into like this documentary voice, right? Walter from the Walters, from the like that's that shit was that shit was dope, man. Um, he said related to El Chingon and Tupac Shakur. Like I don't know how he did that, but that was kind of clean. Um, he said Walker as in father raising children, as in pretending to be in control, an old guy who still thinks he's cool. Listen, that's just work, man. Like for real. And as your colleagues have said. And I can relate to that as well, man. When you start talking about your identity, it starts with your name. Whether you like it or not, it has a feeling about it that we all have to grow into. So I appreciate that, man. That was some work, man. For real. That took work. That really took work. In the second piece, like I said, when you start talking about poems that unfold like maps, you're on a journey. You're on a journey. And your poem should definitely do that. You said you're an educator, sir. And that's that reaches to the heart, man. Shout out the educators in the building. Appreciate what you do to inspire the next generation, man. Truly. All right, let's keep it going. We have 2 poets left on the guaranteed list, and so far 2 on the good luck round. Coming up next, this artist, shout out Jersey in the building. This incredible artist has been holding it down longer than some of us have even knew what holding it down meant. This artist has been a part of this struggle, has been a part of this movement that we call being America's stepchildren, if you will, but still making the best out of it with music and art and creativity in the best of ways, folks. Prepare yourself. For the one and only Tamam Tracy Moncour is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always so great to see you. Please take it away.
Well, it's first and foremost, it's always great to be here. And for the most part, you can find me in Newark, New Jersey, and here at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. This poem I've done before here because it's the holiday season. It's Hanukkah, soon to be Christmas, and soon to be Kwanzaa. So this is a Kwanzaa chant that I have done. Actually, I looked and I said, oh, 2021. So I did it here back in 2021. So, it's been a minute, but Kwanzaa comes around and I'm preparing myself. I'm glad it's the holiday season because come 2025, I've already determined I'm going to have to put my marching shoes back on again. I'm going to have to, I already plan to be in Washington, D.C. on the 20th. There's several things planned happening. Reverend Al Sharpton has something going on. There's a march, which hopefully, God willing, I will be able to participate in. And I have a cousin who lives in Washington, D.C., so I have it's a second home to me. But this is the holiday season, and come 2025, we'll, walk that bridge, step into that new plane, as it appears before us. But Kwanzaa time. It's based on the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Umoja, unity, unity. Nuyorican Cafe is a poetic community. Nuyorican Cafe is a poetic community. Kuchichagulia, Kuchichagulia, self-determination, self-determination. Spoken word has the power to make a difference in our nation. Spoken word has the power to make a difference in our nation. Ujima, Ujima, collective work and responsibility, collective work and responsibility. Let's work together on the problems that plague our community. Let's work together on the problems that plague our community. Ujima, Ujima, cooperative economics, cooperative economics. Spend your money in support of minority businesses. Spend your money in support of minority businesses. Nia, Nia, purpose, purpose. The healing of our nation is a necessary focus. The healing of our nation should be our main focus. Kaumba, Kaumba, creativity, creativity. Fill the world with hope, love, peace, and beauty. Fill the world with hope, love, peace, and beauty. Imani, Imani, faith, faith. Believe in yourselves and know that you are great. Believe in yourselves and know that you are great. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, and Merry Christmas.
Y'all just don't know the trip that she just took y'all on. That was amazing. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Tamam, Tracy,
Love the rhythm. So much rhythm.
Beautiful.
We
Thank
needed
you for your
that.
work.
We needed to hear that
Correct.
inspiration. It was beautiful. It really was.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you know, just so you just like I said this last week or the last time you were here, you what you do just so defines the New Eureka Poets Cafe. You know, I just feel like I'm sitting in that place and you're speaking from the stage there.
Wow. No, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, you know, it means a lot to me, the New Eureka Cafe, even though I never performed there. My husband did, and Amiri Baraka did, and yeah. So this is like home for me.
Listen, folks, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tamam, for coming and for doing exactly what you do. I remember that poem. And I was excited then, as just as I am now, because I don't know if anyone else other than myself has mentioned all 7 of the Kwanzaa principles, right? And I know some of you didn't understand what she was saying. She said, Umoja, Kujichagulia, Ujima, Ujama, Imani, Nia, and Kaumba, right? If you are unsure of any of those, reach out. Reach out to somebody who knows, or do your own research. They are incredible principles that anyone can follow. And it speaks to the creativity of people who celebrate Kwanzaa. It's not a money-driven thing, right? It comes from the essence of who you are. And these 7 principles will help you understand that. Thank you so very much for what you do. We truly, truly appreciate it. All right. We have reached the last person on the guaranteed list. And this cat continues to come through to do something to your senses every time he comes through. And you know, now we can see, as usual, this cat is outside under the stars doing things to align with his celestial creativity. Here he comes again, the one and only Warren Dixon in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
It's good to see you, Elemental. Good to see everybody. I am gonna do something a little different tonight. I don't have any poetry to share, but I do have a song that I'm going to send to Elemental really quickly. All right, while he's getting that up, what you all are about to hear is a parody. It's a Christmas parody to the song by Andy Williams called "It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year," and I think you guys will like it. So, not gonna spoil too much of it. Just gonna let Elemental play it for y'all. Yeah, let me know what you think afterwards.
All right, folks, here we go.
It's the New Eureka Poets Cafe with incredible people whose poems are peaceful in every which way. It's the New Eureka Poets Cafe. It is one of the best open mics of all. There'll be so much hot chocolate and folks out of pocket when we have a ball. It is one of the best open mics of all. There'll be more entertainment for $10 payment to simply just Netflix and chill. There will be no more haters when we hear Zach Frater knock it out the park as he will. It's the New Eureka Poets Cafe. Elemental, we like you when you share your haiku and all your essays. It's the New Eureka Poets Cafe. We'll hear from Eddie Foreman and Elizabeth Horan share mind-blowing poems tonight. We've got Baba in Goma who stole my diploma and ruined my whole Christmas lights. It's the New Eureka Poets Cafe. We will sing hallelujah when we hear La Bruja close out for the day. It's the New Eureka Po. Yes, the New Eureka Po. It's the New Eureka Po. West Cafe. Merry Christmas.
Oh, damn. Nobody was expecting that. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Warren Dixon.
Yeah, Warren. Even the dog
What are you
loved
going to
it.
do for an encore? My God.
The dog loved it.
I felt like I should have been drinking spiked eggnog. Like I feel like it was awesome. It was awesome.
I was singing along for the last couple of lines. That's how good it was, right?
Yeah, that was about as big-hearted as it comes, Warren.
That was great.
Yeah.
And I want to hear those haikus from Elemental and those essays, right? Hey, what happened to those Elemental? Are you planning them from us?
Well, since Christmas is coming up, that's just my little gift to y'all. And by the way,
so
Baba, I just want to tell Baba and Goma, I did not steal your diploma.
Listen, man. Listen. Again, this is why I love our community, man, because it's one of those things, right? Where we take creativity to another level. And that's exactly what that was, man, right? Like, we used to hear those all the time, right? Where it would be like a community poem and everybody's name would show up in different ways, right? We haven't heard that in quite a while. But the way that you swung that with the song, man, that's creative, sir. I appreciate you going all the way in on that. The production value, that was pretty on point, sir. Thank you for that. That was pretty incredible. Whew. All right, we have reached the end of the guaranteed list. We have at least 2 on the good luck round. I saw Snap into a Slam Jam coming here, so he might want to get down. Let's get to it. Coming up first, listen, it's just like this is like Miss Good Luck round right here. She always comes through to hold it down, like for real, hold it down right here. And we've all just like come to look forward to you getting down right here. It's like again, like Joski, like giving balance to the week. The one and only Elizabeth Horan is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Hello, beautiful friends, poets, artists. It's great to be here. I honestly, I look forward to this all week. Like, life is not easy these days for me, but I get to come here and have like this one break where I get to be good at something and get to be around people who do this, you know, and I was applying for a job today and I wrote on it, I was like, member of the greatest community in the world, you know? I put it on my resume, bro. So anyway, I was having a hard time deciding what to do. So CP just wrote me, is like, just let the poem decide. All right. So we're gonna let the poem decide. This is called Winter Commute. December always feels like a bruise to me. Heart draining away, red, blue, purple, and gray, shocking in their consistency. I close one eye and view a skyline pocked with ramshackle leaf pods, abandoned squirrel nests. Through the other eye, alcoholic eye flutters swirl and abound. On my commute, an old decrepit house. J.G. White reads the mailbox. Sumacs probe upwards through the roof. A couple once kept at it. He died, then she, shortly thereafter. So many of these, then they begin to crumble. No humans left for the upkeep, so often also in marriage. Old Vermont shacks, barns, farmhouses, blood of propane and paint thinner seeping, lies and stillness, no words after the miscarriage, sty warm to the compress, blood blister with the hot needle to it, my own bruised arms, stomachs, and thighs, a tiny wooden cross in the backyard, a memory no one wanted. Driving by with my husband on the coldest morning of the year, I note the stillness. There is no life in there. I repeat in my head like a mantra, clamshell holding clamshell. There is no life in there. Thank you, and I'll do one more if you don't mind. This one is called 20th Anniversary. Space between I and you grows louder. My refrain of, are you okay? Your chorus rings, I'm fine, yet nothing is fine. So messy, like spilled Wesson. A pipe cleaner clog, dish bay of pig toys, so filmed, so filthy. Gray water, gray clouds, gray hair coming round. Tell me when we could talk. When would it be best to bring up the idea of us playing house again? How is it that you could leave for work and not bend me over and kiss me gallantly? Our baby dolls cry inside our house. They miss you and your funny smile so much. Our little raised home with its square cardboard sections, just baking soda boxes in reality. Beds like the sprung metal of mousetraps, toothpicks in a matchbox for the logs in the mantle, once the envy of the neighborhood. We were so grand in our flair for our contemporary style as young lions with our cubs, streaming kitchen gadgetry past their ramshackle shoeboxes like there was no tomorrow. We were only salt shakers living in the suburbs at heart, couldn't keep up the tango, and our carpet of shag has suffered apart, strand by strand. And the stairs, too, have come unglued, popsicle stick by popsicle stick. Thank you very much.
Strong wind will blow it all the way down, I'm telling you. Unmute yourself, give it up for Elizabeth Horan.
Elizabeth.
Yeah. Yes.
Beautiful.
Bravo,
Killed it.
Elizabeth. Thank you for being so honest and with your candor and your beautiful work. Thank you.
Your language and how your language, your emotion ties to your language, and your language can't be separated from your emotion is what makes you so honest. I swear it does.
And
Yeah, I
I'm
like what CP's saying. I think that results in some of the things you pull off in your poems because I really marvel at it. To me, it seems like, when people are telling stories, so much of it really depends on the choice of what happens in the next line. And you are just very beguiling with your work in that way.
And I'm happy to hear that you're coming to us here on Thursdays, and many feel the same. Like it's like the highlight of the week. It doesn't matter what a bad week I have. Thursdays, be here, listen to everyone. It is beautiful. I'm so glad that you found us, and beautiful.
Yeah, it really makes a difference. Let me tell you, it does because your perspective, your voice, your writing, it gives us a well-rounded balance of all the things that we have going on, right? And all the things that we do and all the things that we're up against. Sometimes we just need to release those things. And I'm thankful that everyone in our community knows that this is the place to do that. And when you do it, all of your colleagues feel it, all of them, right? And I love what Mays told you, right? Just let the poem decide, right? Actually, let the universe decide. What do I want to hear from Elizabeth today? And this is what the universe needed. And we are thankful that you shared it with us, right? Because when you do what you do, right? December always feels like a bruise to me. No words after the miscarriage. Listen, there aren't many, if any. A memory no one wanted. In the 20th anniversary poem, I love how you brought it to that. You said my refrain sings, "Are you okay?" Your chorus, "I'm fine." Like, golly, if that is not like the normal song in households, right? It's like, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine." And it's on loop all the time. Um, you said, "Bend me over and kiss me valiantly." I honestly saw that going somewhere totally different. But I'm glad you wanted him to kiss you valiantly. That's there's just something about that, right? There's just something regal about it, right? When the word valiantly is just something about that, right? So I thank you for even digging that far into the V section of the dictionary and pulling that one out, and making it make absolute sense. Thank you for that. Telling you, we always look forward to it. All right, folks, 2 folks left on this good luck round, and we're gonna get up out of here. Stay tuned. We'll get into the cipher. I was trying really hard to get us beat earlier than 3 hours, folks. I'm trying. All right, 2 more coming up next. What's that? Keep it concrete, man. Shout out to Keeper of Concrete. Shout out Swanye West. Shout out Double Dragon. Shout out the Loaded Generation too. This cat right here, Mr. Dismantle Machine Gun, Mr. Trainwreck. Prepare yourself. Let the church say, "God damn." This cat's about to do it to you. Hold on to your wigs because he might peel it back. The one and only CP Mays in the building. Let these folks know what's good, folk. Come on, man. You know what it is. Take it away.
Hey everybody. It's been a good night. Like it's been a really good night for poetry. And I'm proud to be in the good luck round. Here's a poem. I fucking rediscovered my poems from 2014. Holy shit. So this is a poem from 2014. I just added a little bit as I was inspired by hearing you all. It's called Rose Petal Music. Love tugs at heartstrings until I become the most beautifulest rose petal music. Play, play right, write and rewrite these acts against humanity. Dance the dance of whispering wounds. Sea salt, and please just give me more. I want to skyfall, plucking star scars from the sky, strumming a sometimes into a melody of what fun is forever without a tomorrow that's just a day away. Promise us everything. Let love tug at heartstrings until pulse becomes sunrisingly beautiful. Walk the walk of giants with sprung ankles. Stroll the stroll of pimp lips whose P-U-S-S-Y is in their own inner mind. Skip and somersault in and out of our wounds. Heal heaven, heaven within existence, existence that doesn't come with an earthly copay. Promise us everything. Sunrise, a sunset of the most beautifulest rose petal music. For there's an ego in the emergency room in desperate need of a heart transplant, while the first pew in the hospital is laughing at the preacher promising us everything. Feel like the a million millions and a million moments. Oh, voice of one color fingerprints for all the depression depends on it. Masturbate as if your orgasms depend on it. Big Bang, use me as if you will never, ever, ever let me go. And just promise us everything. Poem.
And then this cat just shows up and has the nerve to do shit like that. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CP.
Right on, CP.
Thank
Right
you.
on. Go CP.
Yeah, now I want to hear everything you did between 2014 and now.
Wow. Yeah. Shout out to Elizabeth. I wasn't the only one scared of shit tonight. So yeah. I appreciate that.
Hey.
have to agree with Paul. You know, I want to hear the rest of your stuff. You know,
Or
thank you.
early CP.
Thank you.
Early CP.
Early CP. Yeah, the C before the P came. Yeah.
It was like building up to a crescendo. It was like building up to your crescendo. I thought it was going to be like, oh, back then it was not quite as, enthusiastic. And then all of a sudden it came through. It was great.
Yeah, you have such command. I mean, I look up to you so much, CP, because as I watch you each week, and then I'm like, okay, I mean, I'm not going to ever sound like you, but like deliver, girl, and I get that from you, and I respect it so much. It's like, you just bring it, and I love it. I love your energy. I love your words. That PUSSY, are you kidding me? Like all of it, just so dope and so down. I thought we were going to hear you and Elemental tonight, so I'm a little confused, but I am cool with just you for tonight.
All right, awesome cakes. I don't know, like the thing about New Year I love is the lack of competition. I love that because
Right?
the competition
Yes.
came early for me. But I like to be able to say, you know what? Elizabeth, she's not a dope female poet. She's a dope fucking poet who happens to be a female. And like that's like to all the women in the room, the guys in the room, like we're really just dope poets. Regardless of skin tones and religious beliefs, we just fucking write. Like, and I love that about them. So that's, yeah, I'm inspired every week. Really, I am. Really, really, I am.
I love
Yeah,
that. I love
CP,
how you said that.
thanks for keeping and reiterating that, it's poetry poetry first, poetry on the top of life.
Yeah.
Right. Let the poems decide. Let the poems decide if we can handle this, you know? Like, let the poems decide what you're going to read. Like, I like that because I get so in my head about, like, what will they think, you know? Well, bring it and see. I mean, I don't know.
The
Like,
crazy host.
trust.
Yeah, the trust factor. The crazy host once told me something that I'm taking with me, y'all, in 2025. I was having not an issue writing a poem, but I was like, okay, I'm about to write this difficult poem. And the host of Neo told me something I'll never forget. He told me the page can handle it. The poem can handle it. Like, no matter how raw you want to get, the poem can handle it. Just the page can handle it. Like,
Yeah.
so that's my new 2025 motto. Like,
Yeah.
the page can handle it. It can
And we
handle
got to keep up with it somehow and like
Thank you.
trail along behind, you
Right.
know?
And the New Eureka Credo part of that is just what you said, CP, no limits, you know. There's no censorship and it's wide open. It's what I was trying to get at earlier, the infinity of possibility and creativity. You don't limit yourself. You know, everybody who's come here has had enough of that dumped on them from everywhere else. You know,
Oh, yeah.
no, you can't do that, or you shouldn't be able to do that. You know?
Amen. Amen.
That's right. Or offended sensitive ears by what you bring to an open mic, and they're like, Jesus, that was too much, you know, and you're like, all right,
Yeah.
sorry, I don't,
Yeah.
you know, you have to self-censor to not upset people. And here I've never had to do that. I've been asked to bring heavy shit, you know?
Yeah, nobody here is going to teach self-doubt. It's just not allowed here.
Right.
That part.
Not allowed. Not allowed. Listen, folks, you see why I say it's the greatest community in the world? You see what I'm saying? Right? Like there's real poetry happening, real artistry, right? And I love what you said, right? There's no color, there's no creed, there's no race. What I was just thinking about is last time I checked, fingerprints don't have color. But our fingerprints are all over this thing called poetry, folks. I promise you that. I don't care what year you were born in, what generation you're a part of, right? I don't care how difficult things are. Poetry can take it. The page can take it. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate ever. Because we get work like that. And that has a dime. That has a whole decade of seasoning on it. And he still said, I want a skyfall plucking star scars. Like, who the hell? I didn't even know stars had scars, sir. But you plucking them out the sky as you're falling. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Right? Until Post becomes sun risingly beautiful. Like, there's an ego in the emergency room. Oh, and it's bleeding. Somebody's ego somewhere is bleeding because Maze just said, you thought. You thought you were doing this, but I told y'all we do this. That's how you keep it concrete, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for what you do, man. All right. Last poet of the evening. And this cat's all kinds of incredible. Oh yeah, brother. Coming to the stage next. Mr. Slam Jam himself, Mr. Top Rope, Mr. Clothesline himself, the one and only Dre Reyes is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. Always great to see you. Come on, take it away. Can't hear you yet, Dre. Can't hear you yet, Dre. There we go.
There we go. My bad. Sorry, it's been a week. I'm wicked restless and probably overtired as fuck. This is what happens when you overcome a 24-hour flu and a kidney stone in a span of like, I don't know, 36 hours. But yeah, I'm doing great now. I'm great. I'm right here with y'all. I'm gonna make this short with one poem tonight, and just a quick little blurb, y'all. Tomorrow, Open Minds, Open Mic. We're gonna have K.R. Morrison on that show tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see some of y'all, if not all of y'all, there. With that said, here's this I guess you could say fresh paint. that's also just kind of like adding bits and pieces and redoing, because that's the art of work. Here's this, I guess you could say, a Christmas gift I'm making someone. Shh, secret. But shout out to Zachary Kluckman for helping me get in touch with my ability to love. So here's something. There have been words left unsaid. Words that I once feared would hurt more than heal instead. Words once whispers, now ringing in my head. Words that have rendered me sleepless in bed. Words that kiss softly but hit hard like lead. Words deserving to be finally spoken rather than being read. Dig this. I dig you more than Diglett digs digging, more than Lick-a-Tongue likes licking, more than Hitmonlee likes kicking, more than Jigglypuff likes singing, and that's just the beginning. And I've been itching to be spitting this truth, but I've needed time to be gripping reality, sticking and landing after spinning and swinging from one mistake to another. No kidding. You are only going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take, as the story goes. There is something about you, though, that makes me glow. It's like you have this comforting energy and the right flow and this sense of humor that keeps me on my toes. And I just like the idea of getting to know each other more for show. Hey, yo, I wish we had gotten to know each other more long ago. We have potential to sprout and grow. And we don't need any miracle grow for this mofo. So know this. I want to make you feel alive in the ways you have made me. To feel like every day holds so many opportunities. To feel the magic through the chaos so vividly that every breath you take feels as if you're achieving spiritual immunity. I've been wishing that there may be a chance to see what it could be if we could agree to take time to build more familiarity and perhaps be daring enough to play with our chemistry. Hell, let's be scientists and challenge some theories that may drastically change our trajectories towards a path, towards a shared path of blissful longevity as we strive for something resembling serenity. With that said, I hope I didn't scare you away. However, if you have interest in the time of day, please stay. And that's peace.
Wow. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dre. Ray.
Bravo, Dre. Beautiful.
Ray, that was wonderful, man.
Gorgeous.
That was amazing. That was so honest and real. And I felt like I was the person you were talking to when you were looking this way. I mean, I knew I wasn't, but that's how I felt. It was really real. It was great.
Wordplay was dope, Dre. Wordplay was dope.
Like all the doubled up rhymes at the front end too. That was really great sound work.
We don't need a miracle grow for this mofo.
Yeah, right. Right. I love how you do that, Dre. I was thinking like this is like the perfect, like if you were to write vows to someone that you maybe met at Comic-Con, then she would get all of the references in the beginning, right? I love you more than Diggly loves digging, right? Like all these little bitty things, right? But I still love how you put so much of who you are into your work. In this slide, you said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's just real, man. Like a 10-foot basket. Like it's just real. Something about you makes me glow. That line right there. That line right there. That's where the sun came out and it just started melting hearts. Right there. Right? Spiritual immunity, right? Like that's just, you can feel the warmth coming off lines like that. Keep writing it. And whoever you were writing it to, Trust me, they'll be waiting for that present once it's fully wrapped. Trust and believe. All right. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Dre, for closing us out, man. This cat's the closer, man. For real. Listen, it has been an amazing night of incredible artistry, of phenomenal poetry. You folks are just something the world needs. And that's why I continue to come week after week to make sure we have this space, because I need y'all just as much as I need this space. I am so thankful for all of you. Make sure you are plugging in with everything the New Eureka Poets Cafe is going on. Get your tickets, get your merch. Plug in. There's so many things going on, whether it's on Zoom, whether it's in the tri-state area. Make sure you are pulling up. Before we pull out of here, shout out Marianne Teft. Shout out CCR Chagra in the building. Shout out Garland Thompson in the building. Shout out Steve Romanow in the building. I truly appreciate all of you. As I said, make sure you show your love all the way around the world. It's amazing folks, y'all. We're going to end the night like this. Until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until next